Alright, welcome back to the hangar. It looks like this engine isn't good enough for that last little Atmo burn. It tried, it couldn't do it, I feel really bad, but it wasn't going to happen. But, if you notice, we are only 12.9 tons. We have about 3 tons we can use for something else, right? Now, I downloaded these as well. Bobcat has been making some very wonderful devices lately. He made the rovers, which you've probably seen in my previous videos, and they're planning on making more stuff for 0.18, and that is great. But I found when I went to Kerbal.net, Bobcat 1911 and Bobcat Industries has created these little jet engines, and I guess they're slightly more efficient, slightly less efficient. According to the description, slightly less efficient than the regular jet engines. These ones are not powerful enough, but have good burning up to 19 kilometers. Now, since the engines I am currently using, or was currently using, these engines, the turbojet engines, unfortunately, are only good to about 14 or 15. I want to try these out. I want to see how well they work. I want to see if they can do what the other ones can't. Now I am 12.5 tons, and there is one other thing I want to add while I'm sitting here, and that's just no. No, it is not that. It is not that at all. It is this. It is the solid rocket boosters. I usually like to add one to the top and one to the bottom. However, okay, why is it fighting me? I can usually add one right here. However, I may not be able to do that. So I am going to add one like that. Probably not the best for my drag coefficient. That may actually hold me against the ground. Those things can cause a little bit of drag. But if you've noticed, I am now at 4585 and 2079. That is fairly, very, very close to the 2250 that we need. And this is mostly for show. I don't even know if I'm going to let my Kerbin out or if I'm just going to park the plane and then cancel the flight. But I like having ladders on my airplanes. I am weird, I know. But this looks like it might work. If I were to take this engine off, that gives us 12.75 tons. Let's take a look at another engine. This one is a 50. This one gives 50. With a slightly better burn and a slightly less... Okay, so it gives us slightly less tonnage, it gives us slightly less burn, but our Atmo burn and our vac burn are very close together. That is actually a lot better in retrospect. So let's see... No. Come down. Let's see if we can get it to go like this. We can burn our main engines, then we can burn our thrusters to push us out or up as needed, and then we can burn our tiny little engine and see how that works for us. And maybe we'll burn, actually maybe we'll burn both at the same time, and we'll just say screw that second stage and we'll just hammer that thing to the max and just run it. And with that, I'm going to head out to the runway. I'm still going to call this the Spaceplane 4 because the general design is the same. We've just switched up some engines. But I'm going to head out to the runway, and I will see you there. Alright everyone, here we are, back at the runway. Everything's loaded. We are ready to go. If you notice, we're not tilting backwards. We are at 11.7 tons. Pretty good, considering how much stuff we've just added to the space plane we have here. I am testing out all these engines, basically, all this combination for the first time. I'm hoping that drag won't hold us down or pull us down towards the planet. If it does, I may just have to remove those. I don't know. But let's see what we can do with this little guy. And away we go. Very smoky indeed. And lift, come on. Lift. I know those things are causing drag, but you can do it. Lift us off the ground. It may wait until the end of the runway. That's usually how it works. Oh dear. The drag on those things is really too much. Really too much. I'm gonna hit water. Boom. So all that thrust caused the drag on those two little things down there to pull me down so hard that I could not take off even at 150 meters a second, 157 meters a second. So we were going to have to adjust these little guys. And so I will see you back inside. Okay, and welcome back again. I really do want these two thrusters on this plane. I know of one other place I can successfully place them without them becoming too much of a hindrance, and that is right here. Now I'm not going to use any kind of connector like I did with the body and these engines. These are actually going to sit just inside the wing. I don't like them that low though, so for visual purposes we will bring them up a notch. Alright, so they're just going to hook on just like that. That is going to cause a bit of drag, excuse me. But it shouldn't be too big a deal. I don't know why this is calculating them separately. I may have to remove them completely and then put them back. Let's do that. Let's do that and see if that fixes it. Oop, why won't you connect? Okay, a little higher than it was before. Nope, still causing that separation, but probably because of this. Let's put them here. And nope. Alright, well, they're going to fire at the same time anyway, so I don't care. Now I am at 3.25 tons. I wonder what this will do. Now hopefully those are basically even with each other, because even a little bit of unevenness can cause a massive drag spike. But that gets us to 15.75 tons. And our delta V is huge. This is kind of a massive redesign, I think, in comparison to the other one, so we are going to call it the Spaceplane 5. And because of how long this kind of takes to load every once in a while, I will see you out on the runway. If you haven't noticed, I'm looking for my plane. There it is. I seem to have lost it. Okay, here we are, back out on the runway. I did notice that we do have an error here. Let me go ahead and fix that. I do want all four of those burning simultaneously. We are fairly heavy. There is drag, but the drag should be equalized enough to where we will take off. Apparently, I broke Mechanical Jeb, though. I don't know how, but he's not here. That's something we're going to have to fix. The ISA mapset is still working, thankfully, and that's our main goal right now. So let us go ahead and max up our thrust and then slam on it. And let's see if we can get this thing off the ground this time. Come on. It might have to wait till the end of the runway. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, I had it and I lost it. Come on. Come on. You want to take off. I know you do. Gear up. Oh, this thing is very heavy. It does not want to go any faster than this. It does not want to go any faster than 143. My efficiency is at 85%. Airflow is decent-ish. Okay, it seems like my initial takeoff was kind of hard, but this is doing okay. Without Mechanical Jeb, I will not be... Whoa, 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 whoa. Lots of drag down there. Lots of drag down there. Without Mechanical Jeb, I unfortunately will not be able to adjust, or have it adjust, or hold my position. I am going to have to wobble a little bit because this thing really wants to go down more than it wants to go up. But so far this is looking okay. Yeah, it looks like it wants to go down. I'm going to have to kind of hold it up a little bit. My acceleration is not that great. I am kind of tilting to one side, and that comes from the unevenness of those thrusters, I think. That's where the problem is those thrusters are fairly uneven, and it's fighting me because it's pulling down on the plane rather than just the force, you know, being completely straightforward and whatnot. But so far it's doing okay, and I'm just kind of holding it in position here as best I can. And I guess I'm just kind of trying to hold my upward thrust near the 90 degrees, even though my actual plane is up higher. And pardon that background noise, that is my phone going off because someone has decided to send me a beach. But we're going to ignore that for now because I can't stop holding this plane together. So we are at 11,000. Still at 84%, so Bobcat's engines are kind of beastie. They may not have the thrusting power, I think, as those other ones did, but oh, here we go. Look at that speed go up. Yeah, now I'm starting to get somewhere. By the way, that contest I was talking about, or challenge I was talking about, did say you had to use stock parts. That was one of the stipulations. If you did not use stock parts, it did not count. The fact that I am using Bobcat's engines, and I'm pretty sure a lot of these thrusters and other parts are not stock. I am very certain the mechanical jeb, even though it is not functioning, is not stock, and neither is the ISA map set. So our speed's pretty high, but we're starting to lose it. So let's just slam on the gas a little bit. Let's see what happens there. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. I don't know how long these things are going to last, though. So let's deactivate those, save our fuel, try to keep ourselves pretty stable-ish. Because mechanical jeb is disabled, and because I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing, I am just going to kind of hold this 90-degree position until I get up higher in speed. And my little space plane does not want to go at speed. It wants to go even faster than speed. Alright, that's 2,000. And that's 2,200. Not bad. Am I still going? How am I looking? I don't know. Let's find out. Well, let's go ahead and shut that off because it looks to me like we're at 400,000 meters. And there goes my phone again. So what I'm going to do here for you guys is I am going to quick save. I'm also going to pause really quick so I can answer whoever has decided to send me the Gettysburg Address. And I will see you in roughly 9 minutes, whether this is sped up or not. Hello everyone and welcome back, and I do apologize I started burning without you. I am sorry for that. I had just answered my phone and I was thinking about just starting the burn, and I got to my apoapsis and I was like, I'm not recording and I'm not talking and crud. So I have put us in the position to burn towards our prograde. Without mechanical jeb there, I forgot what these things are called. I am burning prograde, but I am having to catch back up to that original speed that we had, so I don't know how long this fuel's going to hold out. It may not hold out long enough for us to get that orbit, but this is a good sign. The fact that we made it to 400,000 meters means that there's a high probability that this design is functional enough to do what we want. And that is an exciting prospect by itself. So let's see how far we can get this before we run out of... Whoa, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, this is nice, but there's no way that I can fix it. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm really low on the delta V's. That is very upsetting because this actually worked. Alright, and we'll pause that one at 100,000 meters. So there it is. There is a space plane in extremely high orbit around Kerbin. Two downsides to this, of course. First being mechanical jeb is busted. Gone, kaput, goodbye. I'm so sorry, mechanical jeb. I do not know why you are broken, but you are. It may have had something to do with the runway. It may have had something to do with some... Ooh, daylight. May have had something to do with when I was putting parts on or something, but mechanical jeb is not working. So I don't know. I burned a lot of fuel I shouldn't have. I wasted a lot of time I shouldn't have, and I didn't have the control I wanted. The other downside is this would be enough to bring me back into the atmosphere. Absolutely perfect. But if you notice, I'm all out of thruster fuel. I think I burned through that as well. I did, and I know why. I didn't put the decoupler between these two. There's nothing stopping the fuel flow to the rear engine. So, two things there that have become major issues. However, Janini, Giannini is now my first spaceplane Kerbin into orbit. And I think as sort of a gesture to Giannini Kerbin, we are going to leave him here in a non-equalized orbit with just enough fuel to come back if I want, forever mapping the equator of Kerbin. But because this was our first test and it worked, this will be the end of my first video. Depending on the length, it may be a couple of pieces. But I would like to very much thank you for joining me, 4KB Short, on this Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program. And a big shout out to Bobcat Industries for their wonderful high-flying engines. I don't think I could have made it up here without them. And I will absolutely see you next video.